Welcome to the second half of the second season of the JLV East Division. I'm the host, Gay Mongoose. Motor Evid leading the way with 4 podiums, a fast lap, a pole, 76 points, over 53 points, a tie between Fast Racing and WTech Starlight. Both teams still have chances, but who has more skill points left in the bank? Well, looking at our leaders and the drivers, it's Trixie from WTech Starlight leading the way, but we see 4 points being spent by Fabio today in the FFR. That's going to leave them with 3 total tokens, so it's do or die today for FFR. There's 6 points left in the bank after Trixie and Ning and Fur spend a point each for WTech to check them, but look at this, a point each spent from MEV. They have 8 in the bank. So definitely a leg up in the standings for our current leaders. Outside chances, we've got GOD with 8 points left as well after Guetzi's single token spend today. They're not out of it. Do not count out GOD. And there's 7 points left in the bank after Pamushis' 2 point spend for Carpathians Peak Racing. They also are celebrating their driver's win of the Rising Stars Cup. Pamushis has been having a lackluster season all the way down in 17th place, but he reasserted his dominance and showed how good he was last year, taking it home with BFZ and getting a skill point bonus for the rest of the season as a prize. Other notable drivers today spending, Chevy Microbus going for 4 tokens for the currently pointless EVO. We'll see if that can amount to anything. They've spent in the past and come up short thus far. Qualifying today, your pole sitter is Ningen Fur for WTech Starlight with a 38.63. That lap's going to hold in less than prime conditions. Guetzi Boy starting on the second spot, for greatest of driving. Todd Sod and Tomatoes are starting on the second row for Danube Flow and Lightning. They need to get some points for their teams and get some momentum rolling down in the pack where they did not want to be. Pamushis, a shining light in a dismal year, starting P5. He'll have a shot to take home some more points today. Enigma in 6th for Motor Evid, just a single point spent, and both of the MEVs still in the top 10. And Fabio, for some reason, not able to put it together in qualifying. 4 tokens spent, starting 7th on the grid. Yikes. And more of the other Motor Evid in 8th, and Trixie down in 9th for WTech Starlight, and Hyperion for Fast. It'll be a triple double for top 10 starts. Starlight, Evid, and Fast. Missing out on that quadruple double top 10 start, Levioso by 1 position for Carpathians Peak will start in 11th beside Sir Simpalot for Scott Polotto. Asni and Yannick in 13th and 14th. Austin and Chevy Microbus down in 16th. 4 tokens, unfortunately just not getting it done for EVO. That's bad news for them. In the race, Apollon, Atoli, Cookie, and Lalzi. All right, here we are. We are away in Poland. It's Ningen Fur right out into the lead, clear and clean. Pamushis getting away from that herd that was Fabio Enigma, but he sends it up the middle, and Tomatoes, cutting all the mixed tomatoes, gets pushed back to the back. Pamushis goes wide. Guetzli following Ningen Fur, and Enigma makes his way through the pack into 3rd place. What a great start for the driver. Pamushis pushing up past the, just catches the bit of the curb. You're going to have to be careful of that on this track, as we saw in SLV and CLV earlier. Every driver stays clean through the first bit so far, though, and we've got a single file order for the race already. Fabio just sends it up the outside as I say it, looking inside on Enigma, but he shuts the door. Aggressive Fabio pushes right up into the top 4. A great start from a dismal qualifying from the FFR, who needs to win. They need to get big points this race. They need to do it because their points are dwindling. Levioso holding off Trixie in the meantime. Asni way down the order. Not going to be a factor today as we look at the back drivers. Chevy Microbus, the 4 point spender. Down in 16th. That's a weak car for EVO, if that's all he can muster. Toli's up in 10th. And he's the one who didn't spend the tokens for EVO. A great start by Tolly. A horrible horror story for Chevy Microbus, but the best start of the year for his partner, Trixie, holding in the top 10s. Todd Sod in the 10th position. Going up from there, Hyperion, Trixie, Levioso, who's worked his way up into the top 10 from starting in 11th, as we see that big crowd of drivers crashing off onto the gravel trap before the pit lane. Amoir caught up in that mix now too, in that top 10 mess. Oh boy, Guetzli and Pamushis, too wide. They could be battling each other as they catch tomatoes. It could be a 3-wide race there, right in the middle of the top of the pack for 4th. A little bit more on the safe side of things. We've got Ninga and Fur comfortably out in front, but Fabio and Enigma are going back to nose through the winding S's, the chicanes, and they catch. More gravel does Fabio, and Enigma breaks ahead. That means Tomatoes is going to catch right up to him. Pamushis ahead of Trixie, ahead of Amoir, and a Hyperion right on his back for 9th place. And look at this, Chevy Microbus is up into 10th place, and Tolly is dropped down to 16th. Was that a team order or something? What are they doing? EVO just playing tricks on the grid, and we have, after the first few laps of the race, an EVO sitting in the points right now. It's Chevy Microbus in 10th. It'll take a lot to prove that it's not just a fluke, as they've had a strange start for sure. Guetzli boy defending Tomatoes on the outside, but you cannot do that on that turn, as we've learned this race weekend. Tomatoes gets the better of him, and Enigma and Tomatoes go out together. It's going to be a sloppy race here if they keep up this rough kind of racing. They're on the softer compounds, Enigma and Tomatoes are, and they're going wider. This is going to be advantage for Guetzli boy as their tires start to wear off. But Guetzli struggling with the grip as well. Tomatoes, a few car lengths ahead, breaks away into 2nd place. This is a great start for the Lightning driver. Enigma, unfortunately, had 2nd in his grasp, bumped down from the rough driving. Hyperion trying to battle for those points too and keep up with his teammate who's gone for that whole 4-point spend. Chevy Microbus really ditched it, allowed Amoir to get by, and now he's out of the points. That's unfortunate. It looks like he's got it back for the time being, up into 9th even, as Guetzli tries to shorten the gap on Fabio, your current leader, where he thought he could have been in qualifying, nowhere near the pole position pace, but he's got it right now. Even after a pit stop, he's still got the lead ahead of Guetzli boy on those hards, who has not yet pitted. Asni and Enigma battling. Asni did a brilliant job. Rode him off at the start of the race, but he's worked his way back up into 7th. This is really good news for Danu Flo, who have wasted a few precious points with nothing to show for it this season. A few pointless races with skill tokens spent so far. Hyperion going hard into Tomatoes to stay on the track and get on his racing line. That has cost both the drivers dearly. Enigma is right on by into 4th after those new soft tires have been put on. He wanted to get by them and did so. Didn't think it would be because they were pushing each other off the track. Levioso going for a cheeky pass on Asni. Ends up getting a penalty because of it. Probably the right thing there, but uses him as a clever little wall on that last dangerous turn of death. Maybe the worst turn we've had all year for cars in the CLV. Asni using a nice little drift strategy to keep it clean around those corners. Levioso trying the same. Levioso in a good position right now, having made his pit stop already, sitting in 6th. These hard tire drivers are going to have to go in the next few laps if we've crossed the crescendo of that 10 to 13 lap stint that the hards provide for these AI drivers. Ningen Fur working his way through the traffic. Fabio in the lead still. A 2.5 seconds. Hyperion and Levioso battling so hard. Tomatoes is right up there behind him and going a wide around the outside. It's a pass. It's a double pass almost. He's got the inside lane now to complete it. Oh yeah. What a nice set of corners that was. Tomatoes also, I mean, with the tire advantage of course, but still real nice moves to to keep it clean, stay on track there, and get those 2 positions. So we can start chasing down the likes of Enigma. You gotta hope that the softs wear out quick when you're on those harder compounds, because the loose grip is devastating here on this Polish circuit. One of the most demanding tracks we've seen, one of the bigger tracks we've seen, but currently Fabio tearing it up with a 35.37. Not too bad at all. We see Ning & Fur with a little bit of grip advantage there. Fabio took that turn a little bit wider, and you're going to start to see that gap close on every corner that Fabio can't keep it on track. Ning & Fur is going to keep it a little bit more between those white lines. All right, here we go into the big hairpin section. They're both clean so far. This is where Fabio could get into some trouble. He's okay for now, but Ning & Fur keeps that gap real tight. Here we go. Chevy Microbus, mind you, into 6th place right now after those pit stops. What an incredible turn of events for this driver. Fabio right off the track, and Ning & Fur is going to get by. He's into the lead. All right, and Enigma and Tomato's got a battle of their own. Right as we say it, Enigma's off the track. Tomato's into 3rd place. Great opportunity to pass, and Lol Z takes him into the gravel patch as Enigma goes into the pits. Enigma probably could have got the pass done if you weren't pitting on that very lap. But we've got Fabio on some worn mediums. We're going to see if he's got the smarts to come in. And we've got Hyperion, the fast race winner this season, in a deadly battle with Chevy Microbus right now for 4th place. Unbelievable. Chevy Microbus even holding out the motor Evid right now. He's giving him a good battle. Not to be had for long, but man, you gotta love that grit from these blue car drivers that, you know, they've never even seen these drivers for most of the season, except when they're getting passed. About the time that you want to use the driver for that little wall padding is not when you want to end up running into them because they've been set off track by someone else. So Chevy Microbus's plan to pass Hyperion there went a little bit awry. Enigma puts a little bit of a burning rubber smell on them as he peels away from both of the drivers. Asni and Trixie again battling there, still in the 7th and 8th positions. Really good for Asni to still be in that point position for DFR. Trixie holding on with that 1 point spend. WTech Starlight, a really good competitor this year, as Wesley and Asni take it hard into the wall on the last turn. They get caught up in each other's wheels there. Will cost them a bit. Yannick will have a chance to get close to this top 10 as well for GOD. They started out strong, have faded off a little bit, but what I've been really impressed with is Starlight coming back on strong as of late. Oh wow. The lap drivers are really suffering on those worn tires, and in a result, they're getting in the way of the faster drivers that are trying to pass them. As Chevy Microbus defends Trixie, can he use... he goes into the pits, almost gets blocked off from going into the pits. It's good to get in there and out of the battles, and wow, we are a big clump of 4 here. Apollon and, looks like Cookie, getting roughly sent to the side as the faster drivers battle, but Cookie's back in the way of Hyperion. This is only good news for the Lightning driver, Tomatoes, as he's going to extend his gap, but Hyperion takes it right back, but pushes him off and takes a penalty. Oh man, if you can get any more unlucky, your name wouldn't be Hyperion. Ning & Fur out of the pits. In 2nd place with a fresh set of sauce. This is a great place to be for that WTech driver. Fabio has a 12-second lead, so there's not much hope in catching him. So Ning & Fur is going to be very happy to be sitting in 2nd after that pit stop. Fabio scoots by using that clever little wall of drivers who've already made the mistake to keep himself on the track there on that last section. Enigma 2 seconds back of Ning & Fur, clear of the traffic. Chevy Microbus and Hyperion racing side by side for 5th place. You gotta love to see this for both the FFR and for the EVO. The FFR needs every single point they can to get back in this hunt, as they are really getting low on tokens. All 3 drivers off the track, and that's going to allow Chevy Microbus to peel away. And Hyperion pushed off again. Tomatoes didn't get a penalty for that. I'm surprised. And he's by Guetzi boy, just sticking it to these other guys. Really, really gritty driving here today from Tomatoes. Really love to see it. He's been a fairly mild-mannered driver this year, and it's nice to see him claiming his spot at the top of the pack today. Chevy Microbus, an effortless pass past Trixie, who's on those worn mediums, not quite into the pits yet. Maybe should have gone then. Anything past yellow into that brown region is danger for the tire wear today. Chevy Microbus sitting in 4th position. Unbelievable. He's got 7 seconds between him and 3rd place right now, Enigma. So he's probably going to be trying to defend 4th position and keep that gap between 5th as a primary goal right now. Levioso pushed wide by Hyperion. They are down in 9th and 10th right now, a little bit off the pace from where they were previously. Look through the back drivers. Well, Z sitting in dead last right now for Scott Pole. It's unfortunate to see. It's a bad sign when you're down there with those no token spenders and you're at the back of the pack of them. We've got at least 5 drivers or so not spending tokens today, so Scott Polato looking to make some progress, not spending today for points, but at this point of the year, after Chevy Microbus and Tomatoes really need to get in for those tires. After the progress that Scott Pole has made in the mechanic shop, they're hoping to be, not in dead last when no tokens are spent. That's EVO's job, right? Not to be the case today. Hyperion sliding past Trixie. Great timing on that pass as he comes into this winding box-shaped kind of sweeper. It's funny to say, but it is still a sweeper, although it does have kind of a 90-degree element to it. Guetzi boy, the next on the list for Hyperion, who's got those really good fast softs right now. He's got to use them while he's got them, because they wear out quickly. As we know, Enigma sliding right off the track. The worn out hard's going to be slow and slidey. This will be the chance for Microbus to catch up and close that gap, and he's put that 7-second gap to 2.5 seconds. Look out, yet EVO could be in the running for a 3rd place. We've only got 2 laps left. Fabio already on to his 23rd lap here of 24 in Poland. Enigma holding on to 3rd as of now, but Chevy Microbus is gaining faster and faster. Oh, he takes it in the gravel. That's not going to help, but he's still got 2 more laps to do it. Fabio 20 seconds ahead. 2/3 of a lap for 1st place. Enigma is 6 seconds behind Ningen Fur. That is our next closest battle, would be for 3rd place. It's Chevy Microbus trying to chase down Enigma. Trixie into the back of Asney. They're battling for those precious back points. 9th, 8th, 10th place. Chevy Microbus, just doesn't look like he's got enough. His mediums are very worn as well. I don't know if he'll be able to catch him. An EVO podium would be a Cinderella story here. Yannick still chasing down Levioso for that 10th and final point. We're on to our last lap. Fabio, GGPT is going to take the Polish J-Prix here. Ningenfer holding the fast lap, though, with a 34.42. He's going to come across in 2nd. Microbus does it! He's past Enigma. Can he hold it, though? Oh my god, the drivers are both so wide. They both touch gravel. Here we come in to the big S turn before the back straight. Oh, that catches a little bit of wall, does Enigma, but he's still in the slipstream, but that is going to take him. He's going to blow by. And he's going to stretch that out for the end of the race. We've got Chevy Microbus making the move and holding it into the last section. He's going to put it way into the side. But he's going to hold it. And Chevy Microbus takes an EVO podium. Historic day for the EVO drivers. And a bigger one for FFR in their hunt for the Constructors' title. Fabio, GGPT, your winner. Ningenfer in 2nd with the fastest lap of 43.42. And Chevy Microbus, of course, the podium and driver of the day, Enigma and Hyperion in 4th and 5th. Valuable FFR points, like I said. Tomatoes only managing the P6 after all that battling. Trixie in 7th, Levioso 8th, Quetzalcoatl 9th, and Asni held on for a single point in 10th. Yannick just missed out on that battle today for GOD. Emoir fell to 12th, Pamushis up to 13th. Todd Saw dropped way down. He dropped 11 points on the day. Terrible luck for the Canadian driver this season. He's not been doing well. It'll be tough to get a contract next year based on these performances. Toli, Sir Simpalot, Austin Dunn, Lul Z, and another pair of Germans, Cookie and Opelon, rounding it out. We're going to see you guys next week at the GOD home race in Zurich, as Fast tries to hang on to this new share of the lead in the constructors' standings.